Bush. This
Hello,
is where you
and
say hello. I'm sorry I jumped in. I apologize. I did say like start it, and you were like 5 seconds staring at the screen. It's like, wear your glasses or something.
no, there's a there's obviously a delay.
Oh, you know what? I apologize. Let's restart it. All right. And action.
Hello, and welcome to the Spaghetti Junction podcast. My name is Bruce.
My name is Gareth.
We talk about things. We just don't know.
don't know where
where
they're gonna
they're
go.
gonna.
Sorry about that. I like saw you like watching for like 5 seconds. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but there's like dead air, and then I jumped
It's
in
crazy
and smashed through it.
because according to me, I started talking 2 seconds in. According to the clock that the counter clock that I'm watching.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then it must be a delay, which I guess makes sense though. I mean, we are kind of pretty far from each other.
Yeah, and you know, maybe it's the internet. I don't know. It's one of those things.
How's your power system going, by the way? Is it still level 6s all the time, or has it gotten better?
Actually, it's been great. We really haven't had a lot of load shedding. It's crazy. Things have improved somehow. I'm not questioning it. I'm just going with it.
Of course not.
Yeah, I haven't experienced power outages. I haven't been looking at the Eskom app. I haven't. Yeah, we've had power. It's quite a novel sensation, I must say.
It's so bad when you're like, oh, we haven't lost too much power lately.
Sometimes you come to an area, maybe robots are out and that kind of thing, or traffic lights, should we say? Sorry for our international intersections. We just call them robots.
Yes, yeah, robots exactly.
But other than that, it's been pretty stable here in this area, at least. So yeah, I'm not. I don't want to jinx it.
No. But that's pretty cool though. That's very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, no issues. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And we were having a chat, and you were mentioning that you're doing a whole bunch of band things over the next 2 weeks. First of all, before you say that, welcome back after 2 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't come back.
Break.
Yeah, we were just having a bit of a break. Well, I didn't have a break. I worked myself silly, but it's a break. And also, I'm finding that I think people are enjoying sometimes lighter topics than not, because like, I mean, our like really serious ones, like on, like our last one, which was on the Israel Palestine, I think we had less than 10
right
went to it. So thank you for the very few who at least braved it and listened to it. That's an ongoing thing. My word. It just it's a anyways, we've gone on to that. And sorry, Bruce, so you were talking about bands. I just realized that we've been gone for like 2 weeks. Not that many people are like, oh really? Okay.
So I've got 2 gigs this weekend. Tonight, Friday night, and then tomorrow night, Saturday, we're playing after the Rugby World Cup final, so it's going to be a late one.
Okay.
But it should be good. Yeah, busy weekend. So
nice one.
Nice to get that out of the way, but also fun to go play some rock and roll. So I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Speaking of rock and roll, Iron Maiden are coming to Australia and New Zealand in a few months.
Dude.
So obviously Brendan's trying to go, and obviously I'm not trying to go. I mean, it's just not my style of music. But they are huge.
Yeah, I mean, they are amazing. I mean, I went to see them when they last came to South Africa, and they were
serious?
Yeah, they played out at Carnival City, outdoors.
That's small.
And it was it was a pretty big crowd. It was
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not like F&B or one of that size. Okay.
No. But it was still a very good concert. I mean, all those guys are in their 60s now, and they still kill it.
And like, what was it like a good show to watch, or was it more just a as in like visually and so forth? Was it quite something?
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are all over the stage. It's Iron Maiden, man. They know, and plus they that Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer, flies them everywhere in their own private plane. Yeah,
really. I didn't know
Ed
that.
Force, Ed Force One. That's what they call it, because that icon of theirs, his name is Eddie, so they call the plane Ed Force One.
Oh, he's called Eddie. Okay.
Yeah, and so Bruce Dickinson flies them everywhere because he's a certified airline pilot.
So he actually does the flying.
Yeah, he's the captain of the ship.
Oh, that's
so they fly cool. So they fly the entire band and the crew to so when they go on a world tour, that's how they travel. It's insane. So yeah,
fun.
So
yeah, so they're playing, and obviously Brendan's gonna try and get to it. So that's quite cool. Great. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be sold out very soon. It's a big band.
Yeah. I missed them in the 90s when they first came. They played at Standard Bank Arena, so I'm really glad they came back and I got to see them.
Oh, nice one. Standard Bank Arena. And I remember that. That's like way back in the day.
That's where I went to go see Toto.
Oh, you actually saw Toto. Oh, nice one.
Yeah. It was late 90s, I think.
I think that's where I saw Michael Jackson when he came out as well.
No, Michael Jackson would have played at like Ellis Park or something, dude.
No. You know what? He was at the Johannesburg when it was known as a stadium. It was the Johannesburg Stadium, which is opposite to Ellis Park. That's where he was.
I think Standard Bank Arena would have been a little bit small for Michael Jackson.
Wacko Jacko, yeah.
So that would have been cool. I'd love to have seen him. Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Was that his Dangerous tour?
Which tour was it? And next to the Sony. Sorry, guys, we will get into our topic. We promise. We're just talking about music and we're getting a little bit lost here. No, it was for I think it was called This Is It. It was there used to be the buildings of Sony in Rosebank opposite that center above Rosebank. What's it called again? Del as you go up up Jan Smuts. Past not Rosebank, Hyde Park. I'm so sorry. Hyde Park.
Okay.
There was where they used to have the building. When they had their building going, they had a humongous statue of the Michael Jackson look from his CD. It was a big launch. And then the show was a few days into it. He's the only artist that can say they brought a real live tank on stage. It's the only person who's ever done it. Obviously,
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
It was a full on working, moving around tank. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's when you know that you are like the king of pop. When you can say, hey, guys, I'd like to have a tank on stage. Will you mind? No, okay, cool. We'll find you one. Yeah. I actually wonder though, concert wise in South Africa, if it will actually happen for a while because of the power problem. Because I would have to like power up like obviously this huge arena with all the lighting and the music and like everything.
Well, we've had some people come through. I just can't remember, but who's been here lately? But we've had some big names pop up over the last couple of months. So there's obviously they've obviously made plans and whatever to do that because I can't remember.
Well, I guess because it puts money back into the country. I guess so. So I guess they'll
Yeah,
make a plan.
absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah. But
So
we
it
haven't seen.
shows it shows that there is power somewhere. We hope
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they can run a whole freaking stadium kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. So anyway,
Anyway, so 10 minutes in. Sorry, guys,
which is
we just
unusual.
haven't been. I mean, this is like, hey, we see each other
Been chatted for a
for
while.
like
Yeah,
in 2 weeks. So yeah. So
yeah,
fact or fiction? Fact or fiction?
yeah. So it's a fun little topic that Gareth suggested, which is pretty cool because there's lots of hearsay out there.
Hearsay.
Hearsay
Okay.
is your Friday word. Um, about sort of general facts that people think are fiction or think are fact or whatever, and so it's a nice little thing to go, okay, cool. So how's your general knowledge, and like how is your general knowledge? So
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah,
for some of my things, it's yeah. I guess you can say it's hearsay. It'll be fun. Yeah. So how we're gonna do it? We're gonna each of us will have 2 or 3. I mean,
yeah,
I'll have like three per per section. Per time I go. If that makes sense.
yeah.
So
I've
I'll have
also got about
3, and then I'm gonna
I've also
read
got three.
and like how this goes is that I'll read out 3 facts on the same subject, but there's one in there that actually isn't a fact, but it sounds so good that it's possible. Well, that kind of makes sense. So out of the 3, we have to find, we have to work out, from the other person, what actually is the fiction. What's actually not the truth at all. And this is a challenge for you guys watching or listening as well. See how many
Yeah,
you can get right. See if you can, nail what we will hopefully get and what we may not get. So it's a whole bunch of fun for everybody, we hope, not just for us.
yeah. Okay. Do you want to go first?
Okay. Well, no, this is just okay, yes. Okay, I will. Right. So this is about ostriches, okay? And obviously we all know what are ostriches. So
Yeah.
these are 3 facts. Fact number 1, ostriches bury their heads in the sand when they are scared or frightened. Ostrich 2, sometimes their heads are in the sands because they dig shallow holes in the sand, to like serve as nests for their eggs. And ostrich number 3, and by the way, this is a very easy start. So this is just a warm up. And then the third ostrich thing is that sometimes, while their heads are in the hole, that's when they are going to be playing with the egg and getting it ready to go, kind of, just making sure that it's all a-okay down in the hole. As I said, this one's super easy. So this is just a warm-up kind of thing. So out of the 3, one of them is not true.
Okay. So it was bury their heads in the sand.
Yep, that's in fear. Or their heads are in the sands, linked to what did I say? Linked to the eggs down the bottom there. Like kept warm and stuff. And so when you're seeing them and their heads are in the sands, it's because they're trying to maneuver the egg, and to basically keep it warm and in one piece. The third one I can't remember. So there was a third one. It doesn't matter. This one's the easy one. So basically, between the first or the second one, when you see an ostrich with its head in the sand, like down a hole, is it doing it for an egg, or is it doing it because it's fearful?
I would say it's doing it because it's fearful.
That is not true, sir. That is not true. It's a misnomer. It's a somehow it came up from somebody, who knows where it came from, that people think that when it sticks its head in the ground, actually it'll flop down. It'll like go as low as it can. And then if it sees Yeah, so it'll flop down with his head on the ground, not in the sand. And then if the things are getting,
Okay.
if the danger is getting closer, it gets up and it runs his ass off because, as ostriches can freaking they're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So no, it's a misnomer. It's somebody said it once. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Ostriches put their heads in the sand when no, because if that was
Okay.
true, there would be a higher death rate in the ostrich population.
That's also true.
Yeah. So that was just a warm up. All
Okay.
right, boy. Throw me your facts.
All right. So
First of all, how many facts are you going to throw at me?
I've got 3 full ones. Now I must apologize. I have like single true or false ones. So I don't have 3 of a subject. So I must apologize for that.
You're apologizing. So what are you saying? I just have to guess on one of them. Oh, you're
Yes.
doing like a. Oh yeah, this is a bit different to what we're going to do. So it's fine.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. So
We apologize, but we'll keep on going. I'm sure it'll be fun.
yes.
Right, Bruce. So,
Okay, so
is this a true or false kind of thing?
yes, fact or fiction. So
Oh,
yes.
this is fine.
But
This is
it's just single. It's just single ones though. So
Oh, that's fine. That's all
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. Let's go. As you know,
Um,
I talk more, so mine are longer, so that makes sense.
It's also true.
That's very true. All right, fire away, sir.
So we both like soft drinks, right?
That's
So
correct. We do.
Dr. Pepper is the oldest soft drink in the world. Fact or fiction?
I I I'm gonna go with this probably true actually.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's true because I think the original thought was that it's Coca-Cola, because they're more well known. But I
Yeah.
believe that Dr. Pepper actually came earlier, and I don't know the full reason for it, but I do believe that Dr. Pepper is older than Coke.
Well, you're right on that, but it is not the oldest soft drink in the world. It's the
Okay,
oldest.
so it is the oldest.
No, it is not. It's false.
But you said I was right. You said I was right, and I said Dr. Pepper, and you said, yeah, that's right.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Dr. Pepper is not the. Sorry, I get confused.
Because I said, yes, it is Dr. Pepper, and you went, yes.
Oh, no, sorry. It is false. It's false.
Okay.
Sorry.
What is the oldest one?
It's actually Schweppes.
Schweppes? Really?
Yeah. Yes. They came in at the company was established in 1783, and
Okay.
Dr. Pepper only came in at about 1885.
And Coke obviously came later than that, I'm guessing.
Dr. Pepper came in a year before Coke. Coke was
Schweppes,
1886.
that's so interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Schweppes is like 3 products. It's like
I think
carbonated.
there's a bit. Yeah.
It's like soda water, tonic, and ginger ale. It's like they don't really do much else, I don't think.
I think they also do a lemonade as well.
Oh yeah, they do a lemonade, but they seem
do
to be,
lemonade as well. Schweppes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they were pretty much. But Dr. Pepper, I think, according to a lot of people, is the oldest one in the US. So there's that. But not in the world.
Not in the world. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3. I'm gonna give you 3 things on guitars and see how well you know yourself.
Oh boy. Oh my word.
I don't know if I'm gonna get them all through. Okay. Right, so here we go. So these are 3, right? So here's some facts for you. The earliest known guitar is from ancient Egypt. That is the first one. Second one is the most expensive guitar ever sold. It sold for $6 million. That is a Martin. That's 1959 Martin. The third one is that the third truth is that the record for the longest time playing guitar non-stop is 114 hours.
Ouch.
So those are my three to you. The first one was about the earliest known guitar is from ancient Egypt. The second one is that the most expensive guitar is $6 million, which is a Martin. And the third one is that the record for the longest time playing guitar non-stop is 114 hours.
So one of those is false.
No, actually, they're all right. Damn it.
They're all true.
Okay. I just made them all true. Yes, so let's just keep on going. Yeah, they're all true. I actually quite like that idea. You can call what you think is true and what's not true, and they were all true. So the first one is let's just keep on going. Our days all confused people. Just go with this. So historians believe that the oldest recorded guitar-like music instruments came from ancient Egypt around 1450 BC. The three-stringed ancestor of the guitar, it was uncovered in the Valley of Kings inside the tomb of Queen Hatshepsut, whatever. And it was buried next to a performer named Harmose, who is believed to have entertained the royal court.
Sure.
Don't know if you knew that one. No?
No, I didn't.
Well, the most expensive guitar ever sold was for $6 million. It's a Martin 1959 D18 acoustic. And that sold in June 2020 for $6 million.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, certain guitars fetch incredible prices.
But $6 million?
Yeah, dollars. Yes. That's a lot of money.
Wacky, yeah. And then the record for the longest time playing guitar actually was 114 hours and 20 minutes.
Yes.
He actually managed to play, and it works out to be about almost 5 days. No, lie. 4.75 days is what they say. And according to the Guinness Book of Records, he was allowed a 30-second break between songs, 30 seconds, plus a 40-minute break every 8 hours.
Wow. So was he actually was the guy playing just legitimate songs or just?
Yes, he was playing in a band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they swap out band?
Yeah,
he moved band members.
Well, you would hope so. Yeah, you would hope so. You would hope so. Jeez. All right, fire away your one, sir.
If you add the two opposite sides of a dice, the number always comes up at 7. Is that as 7? Is that true or false? Is that fact?
Two opposite sides of I'll tell you now.
Of a die, opposite.
Yeah. And you're saying the one on the opposite side?
Yes. Always add up to.
Always add up to what number?
Always add up to 7. Is that true or false?
That's true.
You are correct.
Thank you.
I didn't know that.
6, 1, 4, 3, 5, 2. Yeah.
How do you know that?
I don't know. It's just something that I'm just aware of.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I don't know about these things.
Throw me another one.
The most pyramids in the world are in Egypt. Is that true or false?
No, that's not true. You're gonna find. I know that there's a few more, and a lot of them are in South America. And I'm aware. No. The answer to that is no. There are more outside of Egypt.
Yes. That is false.
Yep.
They're actually the most.
Yeah, yeah.
The country that has the most is actually Sudan.
I thought it was somewhere in South America. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Sudan.
definitely yeah.
What do you know? Right. So I'm going to give you. Sorry. Yeah. Go.
Yeah. 255 in Sudan, as opposed to Egypt that only has 118.
It's still a lot. Only 118.
Yeah.
But 250. That's whack. Okay, I'm going to do it this way because it seems to work better in my brain. I'm going to give you 3 facts. You can tell me if you believe all 3 are correct, or 2 are correct, or only 1. Does that make sense? So I'm going to give you 3, and you can tell me if you think that there's fiction in my facts. Make sense? Okay. This is about beautiful South Africa, as we all love the place. Okay, so number 1. Prattley Putty, which was invented by a South African in the 60s, I think. Yeah, the 60s. It's the only South African product to have been to the moon. That's one of them. Another one for you. Is this the truth? Fact or fiction? Fact. It takes, what's it again? Yeah, it takes 1 minute longer to boil an egg in Johannesburg than in Cape Town and Durban. That's the secondary one. And the third one is the author of The Lord of the Rings, J.R. Tolkien, was born in Bloemfontein. Those are the 3. Facts or fictions?
First one is...
So the first one was about Prattley Putty. Facts or fiction?
I would say that one's fiction.
Okay, I'll give you feedback. So that's the first one. The second one was the egg. It takes 1 minute longer to boil an egg.
I would say that is fact.
Okay, so you've gone false. So you've got fiction, fact, and the last one was J.R. Tolkien being born in Bloemfontein.
I'd say that is fact as well.
All right, so you definitely got the boiling an egg one.
He was a South African.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it takes 1 minute longer to boil an egg in Johannesburg than Cape Town and Durban. It's because Johannesburg is 2,000 meters above sea level, where the air is less dense. I didn't know that. That's a pretty cool fact. That's a pretty cool fact. And yes, J.R. Tolkien was born in Bloemfontein. Prattley Putty, however, was actually the only South African product to have been to the moon. It was used on... Yep, it's true. It was used on the Apollo 11's landing craft, which landed on the moon, and on the Golden Gate, and it's also been used on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
Jeepers, maybe it should be used. Maybe it should be used to fix Eskom.
What? Oh yeah, no, they should definitely put that on there.
If they got it on the Brooklyn Bridge, geez, look.
Yeah. Yep. Right. So actually, Prattley Putty was part of one of the moon landings. How cool is that?
Jeepers.
Creepers. Right.
Okay. Here's 2 for you. Tell me which one is fact and which one is fiction.
Or both facts or both fiction.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right, let's go.
A is the most common letter used in English language.
The common letter, as in words and so forth.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's
all right.
And then the second one, fortune cookies were invented in the USA.
The USA one, that is correct. They weren't. It's not a Chinese thing. It was actually. I remember that story actually. How that they began. So that I do know. The most common letter used in the English language. It's definitely a vowel. Would not be I, O, or U. It's either A or E.
Well, that's what I said. The statement was A is the most common.
Yes, so I'm just telling you my thought process.
Okay, cool.
I'm just breaking it down as to why.
Okay, sorry.
You are up early in the morning. My word. That's just weird, Bruce. So it'll be between A and E. I'm just trying to think of these like long words and trying to work out. I I will probably say that E is going to be used more, so that's fiction. A is not. It'll be E.
You are correct.
Cha-ching! Thank you. Wow, so far so good. I think I've got them all right so far. Right. Let me okay, I'm going to give you 3 more guitar ones. Let me just see. Do I have them? Hold on. 1, 2. I just want to see. Yep. You'll definitely know one of them. Okay, so we're going to go with 3 more guitar ones. The world's largest pedal board contains 319 pedals. That's the first one. The second fact is that the world's largest playable guitar is 43.5 feet long. And the other fact is that in the early 1930s, the world's first electric guitar was made, named the Rickenbacker frying pan. So those are your 3. The first one was on the amount of pedals. Second one was on the longest guitar, and the third one was on the Rickenbacker frying pan. All 3 false, or truth, or fact, or fiction?
I would say the pedal board one is fact.
Yes, sir, that indeed. Which I've actually seen on YouTube. So this is in July 2019. There's a YouTuber called Rob Scallon and the music retailer Sweetwater. They teamed up and set the world record for the largest guitar pedal board, featuring 319 pedals, over 500 feet of cabling, and 34 separate pedal boards and power supplies. This rig would cost you an estimated $90,000 to replicate. Jeez. And I actually watched it, and it's musically, it's really not. I mean, it wasn't mind blowing at all. And he had a bunch of people. He had about 5 people around the pedals, and they would push the pedals, at certain times, and then like near to the end of the of the event, he would then press a few pedals himself. But musically, it was just it got to a point where it was just a noise.
Yeah,
so
it gets ridiculous.
It was like, yeah, okay, fine, you managed to make a thing of 319 pedals, but musically, was it good? No. Right, so that was the first one.
Oh yeah, then it was the
second one was the largest playable guitar, being 43.5 feet long.
I'd say that's false. Then.
It's basically 13 point. Okay, well, it's actually true, funny enough. At 12 times larger than the original, it's a fully playable Gibson 1967 Flying V. It was built as part of a science project in Texas, USA. The axe is 43.5 feet. 13.26 centimeters long and 16 feet or 4.8 meters wide. And it weighs around just over a ton, which is roughly 1,018 kilograms. And they say, which in the American side, it's equivalent to an American bison. So yeah, that was true. And the last one was about the frying pan, the Rickenbacker frying pan. I'll say it again for you. In the early 1930s, yep.
Yeah.
Fact or fiction?
I would say that's fiction.
Nope. You got 0 out of 0. 1930s. Judy Burkamp and electrical engineer Adolf Rickenbacker teamed up to develop the world's very first electric guitar, named the Rickenbacker frying pan. Now you've learned something new musically.
I didn't know that at all.
Yep, the world's very first electric guitar, the Rickenbacker frying pan. For some reason, I know about the Rickenbacker, but I don't know how I know that. Oh, you should have told me that I wasn't on the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had my screen minimized, so I've only just seen it now.
Guys, so this is all fun and games
Sorry
right now.
about that.
It's all right. I'm sorry for everybody too. Batteries need to be recharged.
Yes, they do.
It's pretty much what it's about. Batteries need to be recharged on cameras. Sorry, guys. All right. Well, that was a dismal on your guitaring there. I actually thought that you would know about the electric guitar.
You know, you won't believe it. As passionate as I am about playing guitar, I actually really haven't looked into a huge amount of the history behind the instrument. I really haven't.
That's all right.
Yeah, I just haven't. There's so many facts and things
there's so much going on, dude. Absolutely.
about, and also like how was the 6-string guitar developed, and how did it come to be tuned to the tuning that we use now, and
interesting.
I've never really gone back into the history and had this massive desire to actually know why.
Yeah. Well, here's another, interesting thing that when I was saying that the most expensive guitar, the Martin, for $6 million. Do you know whose guitar it actually was owned by? That was owned by Kurt Cobain, and it was used during the band's semi-finals of the MTV Unplugged in 1993. So that's a bit of
that guitar
history. Well, that's what it says. Absolutely. It's the Martin 1959 D18 acoustic that was used by Kurt Cobain.
Jeepers.
That's why it's worth $6 million. I could never put out $6 million on a guitar because I mean, it's not really. You probably won't be making any return on that.
No, I think whoever bought it was probably just someone very rich who was maybe a really big fan and was able to just wanted to own that piece of history. That's sometimes why people buy these things. They just like,
and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be playing it because once you touch it, it's just it's not the same anymore.
I've got to be honest with that kind of thing. If you buy a guitar like that, my opinion is you better be playing that damn thing every single freaking day, because that's what it deserves to be. Here's a guitar story for you. Here's an interesting guitar story. So, in closing, because we're almost done.
Do it.
So Peter Green, who is a phenomenal blues guitarist, he was the original guitarist in the original lineup of the band Fleetwood Mac. Okay. Before we knew them as Stevie Nicks and everyone. And he eventually gave as a gift, he gave a special Gibson Les Paul to Gary Moore. Okay. And Gary Moore obviously then went into the blues thing once he had done the hard rock thing and became a very successful blues artist. And the main guitar that you hear on all of those blues albums is this Peter Green. It's called the Greenie guitar, the Greenie Les Paul.
The Greenie Les Paul.
The Greenie.
Greenie Les Paul. Yeah, got you.
And then Gary Moore sort of hit on hard times, wasn't doing too well financially, and he had to sell the guitar. And he was able to sell that guitar for quite a bit of money. I don't recall the actual amount, but he was able to sort out debt and everything.
Well, I can tell you, it was between 750,000. Sorry, 750,000 and 1.2. They can't give like an exact amount.
Yeah, and then what happened was sort of quite a number of years later, a guitar collector who had this guitar contacted Kirk Hammett from Metallica.
What?
And said, Kirk, I've got something that you might want. And the guy originally wanted $2 million for that guitar. And Kirk said, listen, I'm not going to pay $2 million, but you're not leaving. You're going to leave this guitar here. I'm not going to pay $2 million, but you're going to leave empty-handed without this guitar because I want it. And
Okay.
so Kirk Hammett now owns that guitar. He won't say
But
how much
did he
he
pay
paid.
for it though? Hey. Okay.
Yeah.
So he did pay for it.
Yeah. The rumors going around, the stories are going around that he paid $1 million for it.
That probably sounds
might
about
have.
right. Maybe
I'm
a
not
little
so.
bit less.
I wouldn't be surprised. And it's actually been broken before Kirk had it, and then Kirk knocked it over and broke it
Yeah.
and got fixed. And to this day on tour, Kirk plays it at least for a good 6 or 7 songs in every Metallica show. So if you
Really?
go and see a Metallica show and Kirk's playing a very old looking beat up Les Paul, that is the $1 million
No
mini Les
shit.
Paul. And let
That's
me
so
tell you
cool.
something, and that is the best thing you could ever do for an instrument like that, as far as I'm concerned. It needs to be under the lights, covered in sweat and fingerprints, and played. You don't hide that thing away.
And you say that you don't know much musically. I mean, you know these freaking. No, it's impressive what you know about each band and a guitar going around, and like that's pretty cool.
What's quite cool is good old Rick Beato on YouTube, who's one of my favorite YouTubers.
Yeah,
He interviewed Kirk, and Kirk had the guitar in the interview, so they talked a lot in length about it and all that. And so and it's a great sounding guitar. It's beautiful.
it must be.
So, it's been customized and hot rodded, over the years that Gary Moore had it and everything, but it's got a very unique sound, which is why Peter Green originally wanted it. So fun little guitar facts.
On that beautiful note, and I believe that's fact, not fiction.
No, that's I think the only thing the fiction about that is no one can decide on how much Kirk Hammett actually paid for that guitar.
I would imagine that he would have said, "I'll pay you what you paid for that guitar, and nothing less." I would imagine. I would imagine it would be less than $1 million. Because both knew that guitar wasn't going back with them. You know what I mean? It was going to be at that house some way.
I would, considering Kirk's passion, I wouldn't be surprised if it was around $1 million, give or take a couple of grand. But
it better sound good though at that kind of a price.
I think it sounds good, but it's also the history about it.
The history behind it, yeah.
Well, what's cool about Kirk is he's like, if I'm hanging out with you and you want to play this guitar, please go and play it. It's a guitar. It's not like something that's going to break or something.
It broke twice, but.
And he says he's really just the custodian of it at the moment. He knows that it's probably going to go to someone else at some stage, but he's the one who's been entrusted with it for now. And that's such a cool attitude to have. So
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, that was our very mixed up. We've been gone for 2 weeks kind of a episode. So hopefully you caught up on a few things and you got one or two things right. And I think we ended it more succinctly and more I was going to say linguistically correct, but we made more sense by the end of the episode. Halfway through is like, okay, what the hell is going on? But that's what happens when you're away for 2 weeks. We getting a bit the cobwebs out.
Yeah.
And back into it. Bruce, thank you as always.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
Well, don't you want people to subscribe and stuff?
Oh, sorry. Yes, we want to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry about that.
Quite all right. And if you have a comment as to like what could be facts or fictions which you guys have enjoyed, about, put them in the comments. We can.
That's it.
And we'll engage with you, as Bruce always says.
That's it. There you go.
All right, people. Thank you, and have a fantastic week ahead of you guys.
Cheers, guys.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.